Welcome to the 2022 Economic Preparation Channel. I'm your host, Tony. Thank you for joining me on this August 3rd, 2022 edition. Please be sure to subscribe for the latest U.S. financial news today. Briefly, I just want to talk about the mixed messages we're getting with the economy here, and also with the Dow Jones is in a brief little rally period before things get interesting, and the next rate hike is coming next month. And we're going to see things really seeing the housing market slow down. But first, the good news is that tech and finance is bracing for the worst, but retail is mixed and travel can't hire fast enough. We're seeing this uptick. As you know, people are traveling. The summer travel uptick. People are supposedly taking trips on all of these places. Going to, even if they're staying domestically or locally, they're taking plane trips. Everything is booked up. The cruises are booked up apparently. So they're trying to find short-staffed, but they're booked up and crammed up and making money that way. But there's mixed messages in the economy. According to CNBC, they're saying that tech and finance is showing lower earnings reports, as you know, we're still in earnings season, and retail is going down. Retail sales has gone down in terms of not just the brick and mortar, but the online retail sales have showed a slight tick. Although they're still profitable, they showed a slight downtick. And so stock futures fell slightly, but then they had a 400-point rally. As you know, the Dow Jones closed above 400 points today. And so it was a rally today. So what could cause this rally? I want to know your thoughts and opinions on this. Are we in a dead cat bounce here? Because, the economy is in a situation now where we're going into a slowing a period of raising rates, and many people have feared that this is going to lead towards stagflation. I don't think so yet. I think inflation will continue to run high. I think there'll be another black swan event before, either after the midterms or before the midterms, that we don't know. It could be something with Taiwan. It could be something even further in Europe, or it could be, it could be Iran. It could be Turkey. Something is going to happen, or it could be something here in the U.S. that happens that's going to make the stock market tumble down. So right now things are good. People are happy. The stock market is going back up again. Crypto people are happy. Some of the cryptos are going up. But there's some signs here that trouble's still on the way, because Walmart began layoffs of corporate employees after a week after they had trouble. The earnings came out disappointing for Walmart, and so if Walmart's laying off, Lucid shares tumbled near 12%. They're the electric automaker that was supposed to compete with Ford EV cars and other. Their shares tumbled 11 to 12%. They cut its full year production targets to 6,000. So we have the stock market going up, but we have layoffs that are just beginning. And remember last video I told you guys that the layoffs will continue into the fall, which it will be. And so now we have layoffs that are continuing to make an impact, and we have the shares of the EV, the electronic vehicles that were supposed to be that were touted as being the great hope for the auto industry. Their shares are tumbling. People are cutting production targets. And then we also have Amazon. As far as not Amazon, we have Amazon. Yes, as far as the warehouses, they're holding off on 40 warehouses, guys. So we have those three things going on, and plus we're still dealing with a sort of hybrid pandemic, because now they're saying monkeypox is on the rise in a few states. So, guys, do you think there'll be another lockdown, too? That's another question I wanted to ask you. Are you prepared for another lockdown in case monkeypox locks down states with sort of a medical martial law de facto? What would you do? Do you have enough food, water, medicine, clothes, to hold over, to tide you over for a 2-week lockdown just before school starts again for the kids in about, 3 weeks from now school starts? Some people start in September. Some people start later in August. So what do you think about that? I think that it's possible that we can have another lockdown. Our president obviously has tested positive twice, and Biden is still under the weather. So, guys, things are going to be very interesting these next couple of weeks here with this economy. I guarantee you the Federal Reserve Bank is looking at a 75-point rate. They may go up by a full point next month, and that's the next meeting in September. So if they decide to raise it a full point before September 11th, that'll be unprecedented, but I think that it's possible because we're at a 41-year high with inflation. And they want to get it under control. They seem to be pretty serious about making these moves here, guys, about cutting. And so we have to be cautious. We have to be cognizant with our money that we do have. Thank God that we all have prepared these last 2 years as best we can. There's still a lot more work to be done. I'm never fully prepared, guys. There's so much that I have to learn. And you guys are teaching me so much about survival, prep, and just, living in general. But I thank God that we still have our health, we still have our family for the most part. We still have the privileges that we have in America and other countries too, in Europe and Canada, wherever you may be listening from. There is privileges that come with that, and so we thank God for that. But job cuts and layoffs is going to be the biggest talking points, and that's going to be our biggest concern heading into the fall. September, October, November is layoffs, virtual layoffs, physical layoffs, buildings closing down. And so that's going to be the biggest thing that's going to be crazy, because Facebook, parent company Meta, it missed its results, earnings results. Like I said, Walmart missed its results, guys. And so big tech makes up a lot of the stock market. And so there's still going to be opportunities to make money, obviously. There's going to be opportunities to make money even in the stock market that's going down. I know that. I understand that. And I'm not knocking those guys who are living off the interest, from their money that, they might have gotten big money investments back before 2008, or maybe, I'm not knocking that. I think that that's absolutely fabulous that you're able to do that. But for the rest of us, the other 98% of us that are just, living paycheck to paycheck like Americans, working hard every day, trying to keep our head above water, we're going to have to look for the opportunities in other areas besides this, because we're heading into a new system, the digital CBC system, the digital system, cashless society, and opportunities are going to have to be found that way, because right now banks and Wall Street, quote, are bracing for a hurricane. Peloton stock down, as you know. They stopped making the Peloton bikes here. Just a lot of things going on, and the banks are going to get ready to. Once you see the banks consolidating, we have 6 biggest U.S. banks, but once you see them consolidating or merging together, like the airlines are merging together now, then we're going to be in some big trouble here for a long recession, a prolonged recession, a recession that lasts longer than 1 year, maybe 5 years or 10 years of recession. Really, that's called depression, but I'm using recession as a forerunner for what's coming. So, guys, continue to prepare. I'll be back with more information later on this week with in terms of earnings and where I think this inflation is heading in terms of percentage by the fall session, by the next meeting hike for raising the rates. God bless. Talk to you very soon.